If anyone had thought that firing Carlo Ancelotti would be a quick fix for Bayern Munich's problems, they stand corrected. A 2-2 draw away to Hertha Berlin on Sunday afternoon was not exactly the response Bayern had hoped for after their humiliation against Paris Saint-Germain last week. For the second time in as many Bundesliga games, Bayern contrived to throw away a 2-0 lead. After goals from Mats Hummels and Robert Lewandowski had put them in charge, the champions capitulated against a Hertha team who had not scored in either of their last two games. On a drizzly day in Berlin, empty seats were perhaps the surest sign of the damp atmosphere which currently lingers around Bayern. It was the first time in 179 away games that the champions have not played in front of a full house. The gloom around the club will take a long time to lift if things go on like this. Under interim manager Willy Sagnol, Bayern were as lackluster and ineffective as they have been all season under Ancelotti. Sagnol's team selection marked an immediate and symbolic break from the Ancelotti era. In Mats Hummels, Jerome Boateng, Arjen Robben and Franck Ribéry, the Frenchman returned four players to the starting 11 who had been left out against PSG. Their irritation in midweek was widely seen as the final nail in Ancelotti's coffin. Thiago Alcantara, a favorite of the Italian, was demoted to the bench under Sagnol. Bayern hoped to appoint a long-term successor to Ancelotti by the end of the international break in 2 weeks. With names such as Thomas Tuchel, Julian Nagelsmann and Luis Enrique on the shortlist, the game against Hertha was Sagnol's only chance to stake his own claim to the job. Sunday's performance will not have helped his case. This is now by far the biggest crisis Bayern have endured in the last 5 years. They will need someone special to turn things around. The afternoon started perfectly for Bayern. After 3 half chances in the opening 5 minutes, Bayern took the lead after just 10. A deep cross from Jerome Boateng found Mats Hummels, who knotted the ball into the bottom corner. What followed was more sobering. As Bayern took their foot off the accelerator, Vladimir Darida had a first sight of goal for the home side. Moments later, Hertha were awarded a penalty, only for the decision to be overturned by VAR. Any hope that Bayern had banished the gremlins of Paris now dissipated. Once again, they failed to control the game in midfield, while Salomon Kalou repeatedly exposed them on the right flank. Having survived another penalty appeal, Bayern could nonetheless have had 2 or 3 more goals before half-time, as Lewandowski repeatedly came close to doubling the lead. The Polish striker finally found the net just after the restart, capitalizing on a mistake by prodding the ball past Rune Jarstein. Just 7 minutes later, Hertha were level. Bayern immediately fell asleep, allowing Genki Haraguchi to slalom through the box and provide Ondrej Duda with an open goal. It was Kalou who then struck the hammer blow, latching onto a loose ball at a free kick and finding the bottom corner. It was a well-deserved goal for the former Chelsea forward, who had been almost as irritating for Bayern as Kylian Mbappe had been 4 days earlier. Hertha were a solid defensive side, and Bayern could do little more than bluster as they scrambled to restore the lead. As aimless in attack as they had been in Paris, the champions could muster little more than a couple of long-range punts towards goal in the last 20 minutes. In truth, a victory in Berlin would have been little more than cathartic. Sunday's result, though, has buried any reasonable doubt. Carlo Ancelotti's successor, whoever he may be, has a mountain to climb.